go over some rough-in tips and practices for residential new construction here today, so stay with us. Thank you. Okay, well, we're going to go out in the field and we're going to install or show you the proper installation of this star collar in a return air box, plenum, and even a ductboard supply boot. So to begin with, I would set this on there. This happens to be a 10-inch start collar. Now, typically, if I had the tools I used to have, I would use a 10-inch circle cutter, which I no longer, I lent it out to somebody years ago and I have not seen it since. But I'll just trace this out. I generally use a marker for this, but I'll just make a quick mark with the knife. I usually use a duct knife and it's with the same person, so I haven't seen it lately either. So although this will do it, it is not the absolute finest tool to do it with. I would rather have a circle cutter. You want to kind of take your time and try to stay on your line and make it nice and neat and circular as you can get it anyway. So in this case, we're going to go with what we've got, making sure we're completely pull through. Down it goes. We'll have to see if we have to adjust anything. Again, if we had a nice circle cutter, that would be nice. The fingers on this collar will be bending back up in all the way around every one of them. So we slide it in and bend every finger in as tight as, pretty tight against the duct board. Every one of them. Making sure we got a good grip. I had already stuck this collar together. It comes apart, sprung apart, but anyway. So when we get done with that, I find it always best to go ahead, get your mastic, and I try not to kill it to death with this, but I like to seal all the way around. Now, start collar's got a bunch of slits in it, so you want to try to get every slit covered and sealed up. I don't know if you can see that, but every finger on this needs to be covered up with mastic. And right here where it snaps together, a little bit extra. Again, this is a 10-inch collar. So now that I've done that, I will fix these ugly spots I made. And I don't know if you can see inside here, this line here, I always seal that to make sure that this is completely sealed. Those are part of the internal slits on that. And that's way too much mastic, but it's better have a little more than not enough, up to a point. You can get completely nuts with it and make a mess. So it only takes a couple minutes, but every collar you put in, this is basically you have the same strategy, whether it's actually if you're using these fingered ones in sheet metal or in a sheet metal plenum or supply or a ductboard. We're using ductboard today, and you have to like getting mastic on you because it's going to get on you sooner or later. I already got my thumb in it, actually trying to adjust something that I should have adjusted first, but I try to get the mastic, especially on the cut part, all the way around. And that's my thing, just to seal up the rough fibrous edge, so you don't get the fiber should stop after it's run a little while. But anyway, I like it a little extra precaution. They used to have hot glue start collars that actually had glue around that strip, but I haven't seen any of those for years, so I would say 20 years. So in this area. So anyway, this is what I would like to see have on the inside. So when this dries, this is water-based. When it dries, it becomes pretty hard. So it does seal and seems to hold the seal quite well for many, many years. So the only ones I've ever really particularly seen fail are the ones that have gotten wet, which you need to be careful bringing it in from the truck if it's raining and getting in the house, or letting the water. You shouldn't be roofing in a house that does not have a roof on it, so, or at least roof paper on it to keep the water out. So give that a quick spin, and again, you have to love mastic because it's going to get on you. It's going to get on your clothes. So from here, we'll go and show you how to make a proper connection here and adding the duct on. And we'll try to show you also a little bit how to put that on and get it stretched out so that you have a proper installation, and your duct work does not have a lot of loose duct stacked up here or at the other end or anywhere. If at all you can help it, you don't want to add any extra duct. You want to get it nice and tight from the beginning, or well, this is a return, so it would be from the beginning all the way back to the unit. Every duct, every time, stretched out to its max, including any flexible exhaust fan ducts.